Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World Series of Board Game News channel. This is the news update for October. My name is Chris George. I am the director of production for the World Series of Board Gaming, I suppose you might say. I'll give myself additional titles as the year progresses. But throughout the event, I was in charge of all the streaming that you saw on the YouTube channel, as well as filming everything behind the scenes and filming all of the games as well. So currently, I am in the process of getting together all of the commentary for those games, and we will be releasing them out along with the interviews of the winners as the weeks progress. I filmed this morning with Stephen Bonacore an awesome game of Terraforming Mars, so look for that incredibly soon. I'll try to have that out for tomorrow, if not Sunday. But this is the first news update for the World Series of Board Gaming, the World Series of Board Gaming, which took place in Bally's Casino, which will soon become the Horseshoe at some point in Las Vegas, 2022, September 28th to October 2nd, where we crowned our winner, and you can go check that out currently on the YouTube channel. It has been 2.5 weeks since the event finished, and I figured it's time for an update. Where are we in terms of ramping up to go for 2023. Now, this news segment will likely be bundled together with a new show that myself and Brian Muller are probably going to be doing on this specific YouTube channel, where we'll take an in-depth look at every single game in the World Series and possibly reveal a few strategy tips and discuss a few strategy tips that you may want to consider if you are going to come for 2023. And on that note, 2023, the games have been announced. The ticket sales are open. Ticket sales are happening right now. If you're interested in purchasing a ticket, well, make sure you head over to WSBGvegas.com, but wait until the end of this news update because I've got a code for you all that can save you a little bit of money just because, you're subscribed to the YouTube channel or because you're subscribed to our newsletter as well. Make sure you head over to the website, and if you subscribe to the newsletter, this will be a similar repetition of the sorts of things that are covered in the newsletter, but in video format. So you get to listen to it and you don't have to worry about all of that reading. Because who's got time for that, really? Certainly not me. I haven't read a book since I don't know when. And that's not because I can't read, it's purely by choice. This will be a fairly quick video. Things are ramping up and work is being done behind the scenes, some of which I can talk about and some of which I can't talk about. But if you are wondering which 16 games are going to be in the World Series next year and how that process is determined, we have a team of people and we put forward the games that we wanted to see. And then we also brought in feedback from some of the notable VIPs that were at the event and consulted with them. And eventually the games that are leaving from the World Series lineup this year are Dominant Species, Catan, Carcassonne, and Blood Rage. These will not be events in next year's World Series, and instead we have Ark Nova, Castles of Burgundy, Patchwork, and Cascadia. All four of which I am very excited as to their inclusion into the event, and I think the team just did a great job in picking it. And I can say that because I wasn't on the committee or consulted whatsoever. I'm just a pretty face that likes to talk at you in front of a camera. But let's get to the news. Let's get to the World Series of Board Gaming newsletter that would have been passed out, which is highlighting again, in order to be a winner and to take home one of those $25,000 prizes, the one $25,000 prize, or take home one of those incredibly cool rings, well, you gotta be a player to play. And if you are interested, make sure you use our special early bird discount code and get $40 off either a stay and play package or a quadruple ring event package, because really, those are the packages you're going to want to get anyway. And you can use the promo code EARLYBIRD to do that. This is also just a note here for anyone who did attend the 2022 World Series event, the inaugural World Series of Board Gaming. You will have a special code that you can use to freeze the prices of last year and get you an even larger discount, just to say thank you for believing in us and thank you for believing in this competition. And we'd love to have you back. Truly, it was such a fun event. I was behind the scenes for a lot of it, and I certainly did not have any time to play anything in the open gaming area like I wanted to, but it was just a blast. You can check out a number of different people's recaps from the event that aren't on the actual World Series channel because perhaps I'm a little bit biased since I'm now running their YouTube channel. But Tom Vassell had 5 vlogs that were out there. Stephen Bonacore, the podfather of gaming, put out a bunch of little snippets throughout the event. Alex Radcliffe put out a video recapping his time. And there's a bunch of other people who were recapping their time as well that I'll try to put some links in the description below. And if you were there and you did do a recap and you want to share your thoughts on the event, please drop it in the comments below. Because honestly, I'm pretty proud of what happened. As you can see, spoiler alert, if you haven't managed to tune into the live streams, these were our final 4 contestants taking home $25,000, $10,000, $5,000, and $1,000 for making it into the finals. And you can also have some interviews with them, which is currently on our YouTube channel as well, which you're probably on if you're seeing this. And then we're also just wanted to highlight the ring winners and show off the pretty friggin' cool rings that they got. John tells the story a lot, and it's the truth. When I first saw the rings and he sent me the images of them and he said, hey, these are the rings that people are playing for, I said, John, I quit. I want to participate in the event because since I'm working for them, unfortunately, I wasn't able to participate in the actual event, nor would I have had the time. But the rings, they just look so cool to be able to have a friggin' Blood Rage ring on your finger. Anytime you sit down, you say, yeah, I'm the Splendor champion. And these rings, there's some significant jewelry that has gone into them. They're valued at $2,000 worth of jewelry, and I have never spent that amount of money on anything in my life, nor do I ever see myself spending that amount. So being able to have a custom piece of a championship like Super Bowl ring, the Super Bowl of board games, as some people have been referring to it, not just me, I swear, it's a pretty cool thing. And so if you go to our website as well, in the tabs you can check out the pictures of all the winners, and when the games are all uploaded, if you happen to miss one and you're not subscribed to the channel, you'll be able to find links to those and interviews to all of the winners as well over there on our website. In additional news, we are launching a new partner program. So if you are a content creator, or you run a convention, or you know a game store that wants to sign up, we're trying to get everybody involved in spreading the word and spreading the hobby and giving various locations special unique codes where you can get discounts. And this will also help us decide which content creators out there we get to be on the commentary team for next year as well. Or just that we have there as celebrity guests where people can play games with and they can be roaming around, figuring out who we can bring in to make this the best event as possible. So if you're a content creator, tell them to get in touch with us. I know I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of people, but there's a lot of content creators out there, and make sure that they get in touch with us so that we can give them their own unique code and potentially have them there potentially as a celebrity guest to play games with as well. Because I heard a few comments that people enjoyed that from this current event, and so we want to make sure there's lots of personalities there, lots of people to play with in open gaming, and just make it a big event, as always, to remember. Moving forward in this email, we're highlighting Game Theory Tables, who donated 2 incredible game tables for us to give away. You got a entry just for entering the competition. You were entered into a raffle to win a Game Theory table valued at over $2,500. Erica Stone was the lucky winner on that. And then in our finals, we also did another draw for the people who were staying there to see the results of the final award ceremony. And Bonsonator, check her out over on Twitch, she ended up winning a game table as well. And honestly, the best reaction. Really, that's the sort of reaction you want to have when you're winning such a friggin' cool table. So that was particularly fun to watch, and you can watch the award ceremony as well. That's currently up on our YouTube channel. There's also another shout out to Wizkids, and they deserve a shout out as well. They gave us a bunch of games that we were able to raffle off as prizes and keep the prize train going, because that's the sort of event that personally I want to push moving forward. I want there to be ways that everybody who attends has a lot of chances of getting cool, free, fun stuff. Because it's true, it's an expense. Any of these sort of conventions are going to be an expense, But if there's a chance, it's Vegas, baby, you want to be able to win some things. That's my goal as a gamer, as a fairly cheap gamer myself. I run a YouTube channel called Room and Board, if you're unfamiliar with me personally. But that's the sort of thing that I want to push moving forward. And hopefully, as the months progress and we can get in touch with people, hopefully I'll have some more announcements for that moving forward. But yeah, just huge shout out to Wizkids for supporting the World Series as they did and donating some stuff to us. That was just great. This, again, was just a note. It seems a little silly to talk about now, but again, this is the newsletter in video form talking about what we are going to be doing on this YouTube channel moving forward. As I said, we're going to get all of the interviews up with all of the ring winners, and we're getting all of those events with commentary for you all to watch and experience and see the really high level play, at least speaking from the Terraforming Mars game that I just watched and commentated on this morning, that was at the World Series. It was, ooh, it is a good game. I know I'm not hyping it up too much because it was just such a fantastic game to watch this morning, and I'm really excited for that to be out in the public, and I'm really excited to get to all of the other games that we have outstanding, so that by the end of it we will have 16 ring events, 4 semifinals, and 1 final, all with commentary on this channel, ready for you to watch and see who takes home every prize, if you haven't checked out the finals already. So make sure you are subscribed and stay tuned to the YouTube channel if that has anything of interest to you. And then additionally, we'll be doing probably a bi-weekly show, myself and I imagine Brian Mahler, who's another key member of the team, just talking about the various games, probably have a topic of the week, and maybe there will be some giveaways as well. If I can get giveaways to give to you all, you know that is going to be the goal. If you know me, if you happen to know me personally, that's a little bit my MO. I want to make this a fun channel, and I want to give you all as many opportunities to get some free stuff or a little incentives to come to this event and to make it worth your while. So be sure to stay tuned to the YouTube channel, especially to any of these news segments or any show that we end up coming out with. There's gonna be some monthly prizes awarded, I'll tell you that. So I'm working on what that looks like and what the team will let me give away. Make sure you stay tuned because that's what I'm excited about. And if you're interested in seeing what the event sort of looked like, you can check out the event photo gallery. We had an awesome photographer there, Kenny, running around taking pictures the entire time of everybody playing games. And so if you were there, you might be able to spot yourself as well and get yourself a cool Facebook profile picture. Here is something I do want to highlight because it wasn't necessarily that clear beforehand, before the event, clarifying what was going to happen. There were 19 outer ring tournaments for players and guests. These are drop-in tournaments where you can sign up on a sheet and a whole bunch of games will happen in that tournament, and whoever comes out on top, these are mini tournaments in the spirit of the World Series, but with lower stakes, but whoever wins those tournaments won a $250 gift certificate to next year's event, or in prize coupons or whatever. Usually I think it was in next year's, but some of it might have been for the vendors and etc. But this makes me really excited, and that is something that we are committed to making happen again next year. We want to make sure there are more events going on in the outer gaming area, more events for you to take part in if you happen to get knocked out in the first round, making sure that there are exciting things. The open gaming is awesome. We had an open gaming library by Dice Tower West. We rented it from them, and wow, they got a lot of games. I don't think anybody was wanting for games, but we're going to make sure and put a concerted plan forward to make sure that there are more events next year, more fun activities going on, so that if you are knocked out, you can participate in a side tournament. You can do something else. And more news on that will be coming later on as I get more details on it and things slowly start firming up. But I think we're getting somebody on in particular to manage all of that, and I am very excited for what she's got in store. And finally, at the end of this newsletter, we have a picture of our winner. Spoiler alert, Hanshi Lee took home the prize. He has a Chinese-speaking YouTube channel, Worthy Opponent. Go check that out. I'll make sure to put that link in the description below as well. What an awesome final game that was. What an awesome run-up. But really, What fantastic competitors all around. But it was Hanshi who took home the $25,000 prize that we gave away at the World Series. I say we gave away like I had any money in it. I don't have that much money. And that was exciting. That was exciting to me, at least. So congratulations to Hanshi Lee once again. And thank you so much for tuning in to the news segment. That's all we're going to cover right now. I feel like this is already a little bit longer than I anticipated it to be. Of course, I could talk a lot about what's going on behind the scenes, but I will parcel that out as I get permission to reveal certain things. But just know that me personally, as the director of production, I've got a lot of thoughts on how to make next year better. And I'm very proud of how it went this year. I think the whole team was proud. I think if you talk to pretty much anybody at the World Series, I think they had a great time. So hopefully you'll consider joining us next year. Even if that isn't a possibility, make sure you stay tuned to this YouTube channel for all the up-to-date news on the World Series and the games that are going to be coming in the next month or so. Hopefully we'll get all of them put out and commentated on. Once again, my name is Chris George. On behalf of the World Series of Board Gaming, thanks for watching and get in the game.